Today is not a day to celebrate, but the arrest of Richard M. Allen of Delphi on 2 counts of murder is sure a major step in leading to the conclusion of this long-term and complex investigation. Of this long-term and complex investigation. Of this long-term and complex investigation. Of this long-term and complex investigation.
What is up? Welcome. Truth and Transparency. Boy. Yes, Johnny. Definitely hard at it. Oh, shit. There you go. So is Hector. Hector's hard at it. So is my printer. So what's good, everybody? Welcome. What you guys are looking at here. I will be in Fort Wayne, Indiana, Allen County. What you're looking at, though, real quick, is some... I've made my personal own. Commonwealth versus Richard Allen, Allen County, Indiana, voir dire. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday... There was 600 packets sent out. So what I went ahead and did is I pre-made what I call my personal juror packets, which is the following. Bitch! There was 50 questions, you guys. 50 questions in this packet. So what I went ahead and did is they obviously call people by their numbers. This will get filled out to my best ability, and it's going to be obviously my opinion on what somebody's male, female, height, weight, age. That's going to just be all me. I mean, I'm just going to Cedar Point guess that shit. So, hey, their description and then their occupation. I'm going to be pissed if nobody picks a hairdresser. All right, I'm just going to say that. Get yourself a hairdresser on this jury, okay? I'm telling you guys. Hairdressers are just down, man. So I'm going to use all my Cedar Point guesses over here. What is up, Ange? So the 1 through 25 and then the 26 through 50, if they try to refer to the questionnaire, I'll have it ready to go. Boom. Let's talk about it. Then there's going to be a page. Each side actually has, so I can, whatever the back side has. But boom, staple. And here you have, juror 1's. That's hers. That's theirs. And I'm going to go ahead and plan on not printing out 600 of them because I think people aren't even going to make the cut. But I'm going to go ahead and go with 100 out there. So I have a pretty good relationship, though, with the staff at the hotel. And I know they will make me some extras if I need them. Now, if anybody wants to come over here and be my assistant, there's just a couple requirements. You do not need an education, but my working conditions are very, very stiff. Okay, and that means you have to pour a stiff drink and keep me company by providing my entertainment. Tag, bitch! You're it. So excited for your coverage. Yes, I'm happy to report that, as I'm going in and out, I'm going to take pictures. I'm bringing Hector with me. I can make anything that Hector shows here, I can make it into a PDF. So as long as it's under Hector, I can then, I have the ability, as you guys can see right here, my device, I can do a bunch of things, turn it into a PDF, and then spit this shit out to you guys that are covering the case. So we can get as much, I mean, at the breaks, I'll get as much as like my notes and stuff that I can get out, and then you guys can have the material to talk about, break it on down. I'm going to be doing lives before we go into court, after court. Sunday, I'm doing like a kickoff. Here in Ohio, we actually don't have court on Monday, but in Indiana, they do, because they don't give a fuck about Columbus Day. So, hey. So I'll watch my Browns, and then I'll just chuck it around. I have no idea what to prepare for as far as media goes. No idea, but I will get into that courtroom for the jury. I'm gonna be the first one in line. I may not beat out murder sheet whenever they get there at fucking 3 a.m. because but whatever. But I think that people should allow me to get in before them if they don't plan on taking notes. I don't know what they'd be in there for. So yeah, that's what you're looking at. So then again, thanks R&M Productions, Home Team Productions. Thanks you. What's up, DB? The fuck? Long time no see. But yeah, that's what you guys are looking at though. So everybody has, and it's actually card stock. So we got some thickness there. And then 2 pages, and the numbers are already there because we're going to talk about the fact that they had 50 questions that they got. So let's go to that. Boom, boom. That's what you guys are looking at. So I'll make it bigger. What's up, farmer? Mopo. Sorry, it's Friday. I'm going to get after it. You have the best notes in the game. I think my handwriting is pretty legit too. So, I mean, I told Sleuthy that if she wants to type out my notes, she's more than welcome for her birthday gift. I'll let her do that. So, what's up, farmer? But here we go, guys. So 600 people got sent these 50 questions, okay? And that's a lot. I mean, 50 questions. I mean, shit, Bill Thompson lost his goddamn dick in someone's ass over 13 or 20 or 10 or something like that. I mean, so 50 questions. So let's take a look at these 50 questions. Some of them, by the time it's all said and done, I promise you guys, I will know every single question that was on that damn questionnaire. All right. But I will be happy to tell you guys that I think I'm going to be laughing a little bit at these people's answers, but I'm going to tell you guys who I would have picked. And I'll tell you who obviously who the defense picked, who the prosecution picked, who people didn't want, whatever. I'll be able to remember all that. I'll write down as much as I can, but I'll be able to remember it. But I want to tell you guys who I would have picked. Okay. And because these people are getting sequestered. All right. These people are going to be in a hotel Monday through Saturday. This is not just Monday through Friday. This is Monday through Saturday. Is it 8:30 or 9 until 6? Okay, I can't remember if she's the one that's doing I think she's just 9 to 6. 8:30 is Idaho 4. So you're going to get your lunch break. You're going to get, obviously, taken back to the hotel to like eat your dinner. You're going to have a morning break. You're going to have an afternoon, probably 2 afternoon breaks. So I'm guessing like a 9 break at 10:30. Your stenographers are supposed to have breaks every hour and a half to 2 hours, like by law. So unless the stenographer verbalizes that she's okay on her break, that's how it goes in Ohio. So then I'm guessing lunch at, either 1 to 2, 12:30 to 1:30, something like that. And then 2 breaks in the afternoon. Yeah. Again, that's going to be in Carroll County for the actual trial. For jury selections, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and that's in Allen County, Fort Wayne. It's where I was last time in March of 2024 when I went. It's a way bigger courtroom, and yeah, and that's from same thing. 9. I think it's just till 9 to 5. We're waiting for a ruling on if I want to check out the exhibits. I'm waiting on a ruling to see if the exhibits, if we're able to see them before the trial starts. And then if we just have to view with our eyes or if we're allowed to take pictures of these exhibits. All right. So, of course, it's fucking gall and who knows when we're going to know that. But I made some phone calls and dude, nobody answers phones over there. I think it's crazy. I don't know if we're calling cell phones, but I left Jorge another message. I think his name is George, but I call him Jorge. I don't think he appreciates that at all. You said pictures. Am I allowed to take some pictures with my camera of these exhibits? So I went out and bought some glasses that take pictures, you know? So yeah, when I'm my viewing pleasure, I'll be like, I got my recordable pen. Yeah, you guys know I'm just kidding, right? But someone's going to go ahead and report that and say, oh my God, Lana. I'll be like, frisk me, mofo. No, I play by the rules. So yeah, 600 people coming on in. Now, they're when I was there last time, it was nice to hear from my boy. I think I'll be seeing him again. But he's like, hey, thank God that Allen County people are going to be on this jury versus Carroll County people. Richard Allen has a better chance with, Allen County versus Carroll County. And he's just like, I'll flat out tell you, he's a black guy. I love him. He's like, they're racist as fuck over there. They don't. He's talking crazy shit about Carroll County people. Like, oh, they're just on some other level. But at least the Allen County folks, like, they know that shit exists. They know that there's corruption. They know, like, they're not. There's not going to be that pressure that if you find Richard Allen innocent or not guilty, you should say, that there's going to be like this repercussion back that people aren't going to come to my business and boycott me and stuff like that and blah, blah, blah. So it was nice. Yep, that's definitely coming. That's definitely coming. Gull already writing up an amended... Lana is no longer allowed. She has to not wear glasses. Yeah. So hopefully hearing that from him back in March, it was nice to hear that. Yeah. A couple of the questions. Let's see. This is what that packet looked like that they got. Come on in. Don't be shy, guys. I don't want. There you go. Please retain this instruction page for future reference. August 5th, see 2024 up top there. Allen Superior Court, Fort Wayne. Honorable my. That's questionable. They wanted to get these back within 7 days, but please answer all questions to the best of your ability. Please note your juror ID number at the top of the instruction page. Also, please make sure you know your juror number when communicating with the jury office. You guys, how much money do you think this costs to send out these jurors? How much money do you think that it costs to send out these 600 questionnaires, these packets? Minus the printing and minus any office supplies. But we'll just go with postage. Fucking crazy. Absolutely, Teresa. I second that. You'll be notified by mail of the specific date and time when your appearance at the Allen County Courthouse for jury service will be required. If you have any questions, please contact the jury administration office at. So I went ahead and called and I said, yep, I'm calling in for jury duty. What do I need to do? What's your jury number? I don't even know, man. I totally threw that shit away, but I got another reminder in the mail, so I thought maybe I'd call. I didn't do that, guys. I'm gonna tell you how much it cost. It cost $2,700 to send this out. Okay, $2,700. Again, it was 13-page packet, 50 questions, and many are the standard things like their personal and employment information, religious affiliations, and whether they trust the legal system, law enforcement, and the media. For example, have you heard any discussion in the local community about the prosecution of Richard Allen for murder? That was one of them. And if you said yes, they want you to go on and explain. Just for the post, yeah, 2,700, something like that, 27,960 or something. But yeah, if you clicked yes on that, remember you had to like turn these all in by hand, like you were to hand write all of this out and then mail it back within 7 days. And then if yes, what have you heard? So, what's the other one here? Have you formed an opinion about what you have heard about this case, such as that your opinion would interfere with your ability to decide this case by what you hear in court? Yes, no. Please explain your answer. All right. But 13 questions get more specific into the Delphi case, asking what they know about the defendant Richard Allen's prosecution, if they're part of any online groups or YouTube channels. If somebody doesn't say truth and transparency, I'll be personally offended. Okay, but I will make sure that if I hear anybody say, "Oh, girl, I follow this person," I'll make sure that I remember that, write it down, and I'll let you guys know if there's any fans out there that are following your channels. So if they say farmer, literally, I will die. If somebody, oh, I follow farmer. Okay, girl. So again, they were asking a bunch of questions about the there we go. YouTube channels. I can't believe it. They discuss the case and even asking potential jurors what podcast they listen to. What podcasts you listen to. So, the questionnaire asks if the potential jurors have concerns about being exposed to disturbing images surrounding the death of the teenage girls, and if they have any DNA, ballistics, or hate crimes expertise. Whoa. I'm telling you, get yourself a hairdresser. Wow, DNA, ballistics, or hate crime expertise. Like, wow, who do they think is going to show up here? You know. All right. It even gets more specific by asking the potential jurors if they know anyone on a list of, let's see, I think it's 21 people. 21 people. The names include the prosecutor, the defense attorneys, law enforcement officers, the victims, Allen and his family, and the long list of potential third-party suspects the defense has been arguing to include in trial. Well, so do you know any of these people? The fuck? Elvis Fields? Oh, hell yeah. He always instant messages me asking me to show me boobs. Boobs now. Have you guys seen Elvis Fields' social media? Weird. Lisa Lee, you like that? But we might not have to worry about that, but let's see. The questions continue by asking if the potential juror has ever been to the Mountain High Bridge. Boom. But not only that, it just doesn't stop there. It's like, have you ever been to the bridge? Okay. Have you ever been to the trail? Okay. And if they are aware of several groups or practices, including Sons of Odin and Norse paganism, which are part of the potential alternate motive the defense wants to, argue. Can you imagine reading this juror packet? Norse pagan, what? Is that like witchcraft? Well, then the questionnaires are likely designed to eliminate, obviously, people who would not be selected as jurors before they get to court to help streamline the voir dire. If someone's answers in this questionnaire clearly eliminate themselves, they might not have to spend all day or several in court, as the hundreds of potential jurors are all questioned. She added that the lengthy questionnaire could be a big ask of potential jurors. She estimated it could take, 30 to 60 minutes to answer all those questions. But this was back, so she would be surprised if all 600 questionnaires were returned. That was going to be my question, which is, what if they didn't return their questionnaire? Okay, what if I didn't get the mail? What if I didn't see that? But I knew that I had jury duty. Okay, let me just show up. And then they asked me on the stand, juror 16, we noticed that you didn't turn in your slip. Oh my God, I didn't know that there were one. I'm sorry. What can I help you with? Because let's be honest, how many people do you think that really return? They're going to know who has and who hasn't. I'm just curious what that number is going to be like. Because these people think that all 600 people returned this packet. They are out of their fucking minds. That did not happen. I'll tell you that right now. I would be shocked if it's anywhere close to 20%. I'll be shocked. So that's what she was even saying, 20 or 30% rate. But she was surprised at how detailed some of the questions were, because there can be an advantage of hearing someone's first answer to a question in person, so the attorneys can read their facial and body language, such as, what's your expertise with DNA? DNA? I don't even know what DNA stands for. Fuck. DNA, what's my expertise? It's inside of me. It's mine. We all have it. I don't know what you mean. Can you elaborate on your question? Okay, so you basically don't know shit about DNA. Well, I just know that ever since the Innocence Project came along, all these dudes have been getting freed because of DNA. Okay, we want her. Shit. All right. So what else are we looking at here? Right there, the package in the Postal Service, $27.72. Okay, there it is. The postage on the main packet was $2.31, and it was another $2.31 on the self-addressed return envelope, guys. Can you believe that? For a total of $2,772. That does not include any paper or printing costs. Boom. Guess who had to pay for it? Carroll County. So there we go. Moving on. Next thing I want to talk about. Holy ball Sacagawea. September 20th, right before the defense asked for, hey, we want to bring the jurors down to the scene. There was supposed to be, they wanted information from the jail. Okay. So they wanted some information from COs. And here, September 20th, this deposition, and it was very, very interesting to me, because going back with the juror questionnaires, let's talk about this ballistics. Let's talk about this bullet, right? This bullet that they say, it is a match to Richard Allen's gun. Come the fuck on, right? So here, William A. Tobin is listed as a defense witness and was deposed by the state on September 20th, 2024. Mr. Tobin has testified that he is a forensic metallurgist. Is that it? Can you imagine saying that? And material scientist. He has a Bachelor of Science degree. Yeah, okay. Not saying that he doesn't, he does. Tobin testified that when he has been recognized as an expert in court, it has always been as a forensic state's motion in limine regarding defense witness P1 paragraph 2. So according to Mr. Tobin, this flawed methodology is the AFTE, the Association of Firearms and Tool Mark Examiners theory of identification. And this theory is what almost all firemen examiners follow, whether or not they are members of AFTE. Tobin stated that he has not examined the evidence in this case, though. He testified he has reviewed some of the reports and notes of the state's firearms examiner, and that's going to be Melissa Oberg, so we can expect to see her on the witness list. This is their smoking gun on Richard Allen, you guys. Like, this is it. Tobin testified that though he has not reviewed all of Miss Oberg's materials, he has, quote unquote, what he typically needs to be able to opine on the methodology that's used. Tobin went on to explain that the state's firearm expert witnesses' conclusions are based on a flawed methodology. Now, this is going to get really interesting because you're going to have an expert over here and you're going to have an expert over here. And one of them is going to say that bullet, yep, it came out of that gun. And then this expert over here is going to be like, that bullet, it did not come out of that gun. The goal of what the defense is going to try to do with the state's expert is to say, all you have to get that expert to do, if you're good at cross-examination, is to get them and trap them into saying that it could have come from another firearm. If you can get them to say, oh, yeah, I guess that's possible. Is it could have like this? Like, you get them to say that, you win on that argument. Okay. I just have one question. If this bullet was so damn important, and this bullet was known, and this bullet was like the end all be all, why, when the probable cause for Ron Logan's property and whatever the fuck they wanted with Ron Logan, why wasn't it listed? Why wasn't it part of the probable cause affidavit? And I believe that the defense is going to be able to get that in cross-examination of probably a couple different people. Why wouldn't that be in the probable cause affidavit for Ron Logan? Yes, they can't exclude every gun in the history of firearms. What's up, Slowly Goosey? I emailed you. Did you get my email? Happy 73rd birthday coming up. The facts should never change. So of the crime scene, everything. So why wouldn't that have been important back and you would have had it and it would have been part of that probable cause to then like, you look at Richard Allen's probable cause and just like this fucking bullet. Wait, what? Come on, man. Hi, Lana. No, but I'll check after work. And thank you. Well, hopefully I fucking send it to you. If I send it to somebody else, Lord save us. So hopefully it went to you. Oh, no. I think it said Sleuthy Goosey with your name. God, now I'm going to have to check. Oh, I just got a message from Steve. Me and Steve Gonsalves will always have a disagreement on our sides, but we will always have 100% respect and love for each other. I guarantee you that. Or for all I know, in that email, he could have just told me to go fuck off. But So I went and checked out a case that I'm working. I went and checked out the ballistics report. And it's like 40, 60 some pages. I think one of them's 98. But they couldn't eliminate. They had 3 different types of guns but it was actually shot out of them, but and found in the body of the victim. And one of the labs came back and said that it could have only come out of it was like they left out a 9mm. And then Washington State Lab said you have to add totally a 9mm could have been used. And so right there in and of itself, if you have to go with beyond a reasonable doubt and someone is going to sit here and tell you that no, that could have come from a different gun, what the fuck? So again, I just go back to Ron Logan. Ron motherfucking Logan. September 13th, Steve Mullen, he was deposed, and this is the defense attacking this timeline. So in any case, if I ever cover a case, I always talk about the timeline. The timeline is the most important thing. If you do not talk about a timeline in a murder case, I have no idea why you talk about it. Why are you talking about the case if you're not talking about the timeline? Every murder case, every crime, everything revolves around a timeline, period. And that timeline should never change for whoever is going to be the suspect, the person that you arrest. You don't change your timeline because of, it is what it is. The evidence leads you there. And so in this case, if you're going to strap the defense like they have, their number one thing to attack in this case is the timeline. Okay. So Stephen Mullen refused to answer yes or no questions posed in subsections A through D. Now, Stephen Mullen is going to be testifying for the state. Okay. So question here. Just yes or no. Just fucking yes or no. This guy can't answer this question. Like, yes or no. Is your timeline and theory of the case fatal to the prosecution's case against Richard Allen if the person Betsy Blair observed on the bridge is not Richard Allen? He's probably like, can you repeat the question? Like, yes or no? Yes or no? How difficult is this of a question? Question. Is your timeline and theory of the case fatal to the prosecution's case against Richard Allen if the vehicle Betsy Blair observed at the CPS building was not Richard Allen's vehicle? If Betsy Blair observed one person and Sarah Carbog observed an entirely different person, is the prosecution's timeline and theory of the case as it relates to Richard Allen fatally flawed? The answer to that is motherfucking yes. Well, no. And then you trap them. That's a trapping question right there. Okay, if they say no, can you please explain? Would you like to elaborate on that? If they say yes, it's like, exactly. Question. If neither Betsy Blair nor Sarah observed Richard Allen on February 13th, 2017, is the state's timeline and theory of the case as it relates to Richard Allen fatally flawed? Rather than answer the simple yes or no question, Mullen repeatedly made Are you serious right now? Conclusions. I'm just going to, it's like this. It's like, to the defense, that Richard Allen was the man that Betsy Blair observed and was the man that Sarah observed. The deposition has not yet been transcribed as of September 23, 2024. The defense cannot be certain as to the extent, to the exact questions formed at the deposition, but the questions certified were to the effect of A through D. Sleuthy. I mean, timeline is trash or never existed in the first place, depending on how you look at it. Amen. You guys, how the... If you can put somebody somewhere because of a phone, you can also have a phone. You can also have data that should be there and it's not there. Place somebody not there. Like, it just doesn't work one fucking way. And I don't understand what people don't get about that. Like, if it's good enough to arrest me, it should be good enough to exonerate me. It's just baffling. It's baffling. We have an issue with Liberty German's cell phone pinging, being turned on, basically. How does that happen? Well, is it possible that it's because it just arrived back in the area? Yes. The answer to that question is yes. Yes. All right. Now, this by far has got to be the best piece of work I've ever seen. We have a motion for the jury to come down here, and we're going to see this scene. Okay? That happens in every case, you guys. Every case. Every fucking case. But yet here, I'll just simply say, Richard Allen, by counsel, we would just like you to, we want everybody on the jury to get on a bus and to go and to see, we want them to see the Freedom Bridge, the Mount High Bridge, and to the site where the bodies of the victims were located, as well as the site of the old CPS building where the prosecution claims Richard Allen's vehicle was parked between 1:30 and 4 p.m. The view would be requested as it would greatly aid a jury's understanding of evidence presented at trial. I'm going to tell you why this is so fucking important. If you were to just look at a map, in so many cases, things look closer than they are. Things look further apart than they are. I went to the Karen Reed trial for a week. That house, that lawn is so fucking small. Okay. So small. You can be drunk as a skunk and you are seeing a body on that lawn. There's no fucking way that you don't see a body on that lawn. But if you just look at pictures and you just look over and over, like if you take a certain angle picture, you can make something look, like I said, smaller, bigger. Why would the prosecution have any problems with this? Oh, there's a new filing. Oh, you go ahead and get that, DB. Just tell me that it says Lana is not allowed in the courtroom. Save me my trip down there. So you would just think that, hey, it's really important to get also the geography of it, like the topography, like how difficult what they're going to be saying happened that way. One man did this all. Okay. And here. I swear I get more. Oh, I'd be happy to. This is about to be a real shit show, and I absolutely don't trust it. Yeah, that's why I'm going. Susie, I just saw your email. It's kind of like the Idaho 4 case, like them destroying the house. But I mean, that tight spot where Dylan's room was, to me, is just like, I don't know if you're going to ever be able to replicate that. But so this is what they want. This is all they're asking for, which it happens every day in every case. All right. These locations are less than 2 miles from the courthouse. Juror transportation and viewing could easily be completed in under 90 minutes. Allen and his counsel request to be present along with the prosecution and observe the viewing under whatever direction and guise the court may, And so then here, what the fuck? We're not doing that shit. And then, boom, Nick, a couple days later says, we object to defendant's motion for a jury to view the scene. Are you kidding me? Why? Who would ever object to this? Like, what is wrong? Tell me that you're guilty without telling me that you're guilty. We object to this. We do not want the jurors to go to the scene. Why? Well, let's find out. The defense filed a motion to have the jury view the scene. Well, that the state objects to the jury going out to view those areas requested by the defense for the following reasons. Number one, guys, the terrain where the bodies were found is very difficult to traverse and would be dangerous for the jury to get to. Thank you. And you don't think that they should see that and know that? That should actually help your case out, Nick. That it would take a strong man, 5'4", but it would take somebody that knows the area, right? B, that traveling to the where, dude, I can't handle him. Every time I go to read his freaking motions, like this is what they look like. Pure shit. Okay. I'm sorry, but I'll make as many mistakes as I want. I don't have no law degree and I don't write motions for a living. But this is you. All you, Nick. You can't type up shit. Whoever wrote this, whoever writes his motions are junk. The traveling to the where the bodies were found and to the opposite end of the Monon High Bridge would involve encroaching on the two private landowners' property. Who cares? Get put an order in. I don't think anybody is going to care. Why would they care? You guys, this is a murder. 2 murders that have affected this town for how long? 7 years. And they're going to say, I object. Yeah, no. Come on. The community rallies are rallying around truth. This is wild. That it would require a substantial amount of time and resources to take the jury to those areas while ensuring that they are sequestered from the public and outside influences. You've got to be shitting me. You've got to be shitting me. That the areas of where the bodies were found along with the site of the old CPS building are substantially different from the time the crimes occurred. Oh, Jesus. She hasn't ruled on this, by the way. That the state intends to introduce into evidence demonstrative exhibits, map of the various areas, and drone footage of the various areas to show the jurors the various places outlined in the defense's request. Demonstrative exhibits is going to solve everything. I personally see that this is going to get denied. Well, the objections to that. There is no way that, geez, Gall. I think she's going to allow some stuff, but the safety, all those YouTubers are going to be following them around. Ridiculous. All right. So, that any benefit of the jury visiting the area is outweighed by the dangers such a trip presents the jury and the fairness of a trial. How would it not be fair to this trial? Dude, you got some balls on you, man, to write that. That's insanity. That's insanity. Thank you for whoever DoorDashed me my lovely Chipotle. Hopefully it's one of my stripper friends. Oh, thank you. Yummy. you. So kind. Thank you. Let's hope it's not poisoned. Nick complains more about wanting it to be fair for him than any defendant I've seen. Nick, I don't even know. So anyways, so Nick is like, it's just so dangerous, and God forbid us do any of this. That's like, that the state does not believe it is proper to have the jury view the scene or the other. It's not proper. How is it not proper? How is it improper? How about that? Unbelievable. Yeah, Alec. Yeah, the prosecutors wanted the jury trip. Because it doesn't help his case. That's why he doesn't want it. If it helped his case, he'd want it. So yummy. Nick is from Team in Law School. So pathetic. Oh my God, Teresa. Sleuthy, were you here for the beginning? Look at these juror packets. They're ready to go. These juror packets. No juror is slipping us. We are prepared for the Commonwealth with Richard Allen. Again, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to tell you guys what I think as far as height, weight, age. Their descriptions all going to be, could be a stripper 20 years ago, But there you go, Susie. I don't know if you saw that, but there's 50 questions, so we're prepared. Oh, we went cardstock on the front cover of them. We're not messing around here. Is it Fireball time yet? It's about to be. I'm doing Fireball beginning at 5. Going to dinner with some friends. I am weak. Yeah, but there you go. These are timestamp start when they took that little stand. I'm going to put single or married, glasses, what they were wearing, occupation. Yeah, so you guys can think of anything else, but each juror has its own packet. I am weaker. Have you guys not seen these? We're counting on you, Lana. Yeah, I'm gonna try. But I'll make sure that I get their juror number. Your juror number, male or female. If I can't tell, I will circle both. Inclusion. The height, like I said, I'm gonna do my best. The weight, again, I'm gonna do my best. Age, this is, like I said, this is all Cedar Point. If I really I should have got that job in the summer. And then I'll try to give a good description of. I'm gonna go celebrity. I always use descriptions if they look like a celebrity. I'll do the best that I can, and then I'll try to get their occupation. It's really important that we know what these fucking people are doing. You're losing me, my jury. So, runaway jury, here we go. If you guys didn't know, I was hired by the defense to be the jury consultant. My methodology is really fucking crazy, but it works. Oh, shit. Sometimes you got to have some fun when you're dealing with true crime and all this crap all the time. Bless these poor jurors. I'd rather be myself on the top floor of the courthouse than have a spectator trying to guess my weight. You guys, come on. I'll give them nicknames like Sweet Sue. But yeah, we're not messing around here. Okay. These are some thick ass packets. All right. Okay. So it'll make it through some rain. God forbid. But the forecast looks great. So there you go. Anybody that I can catch beforehand or afterwards and say, hey, do you care? I'll buy you a beer. Do you want to talk about your experience? I'm going to just go for that person that looks like they've had the worst day ever. Hey, you look like you have a rough day. Can I buy you a beer? You can just tell me about how it went in there. Sound Grandpa's laugh. Let's go. Then I am prepared, guys. Sorry. I usually don't ever eat when I'm live, but you guys, I have not ate all day. I am prepared. So back up, bitch. I am ready for you. Delphi, let's go. Truth. We are ready, all right? I got somebody parked illegally over here. Can you please move their fucking car? I got Fox over here fighting with ABC. If I don't get a damn seat in there, I swear. No justice, no peace. There you go. So we're gonna get loud and rowdy as we can. I eat every time you're live. Oh, there you go. I'll trade spots with you today. Awesome. All right. Back to it. What do we got? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think it's really interesting that the state is so concerned. Okay. The state is so damn concerned about, you guys, they went as far as to lie. Right. And what I mean by that is, here we go. Let's just talk about it. Now comes the state of Indiana by prosecuting attorney Nick McClellan, and this was like right at the end of the month in September. And respectfully submits its response to the defendant's motion to compel deponents to answer questions, and in support of said motion would state the following: that the state believes the information that the defense is asking the court to compel is privileged. Dude, they went and said that these COs went and had consults with freaking attorneys, okay? And they were consulted, and doctors they consulted with the lawyers. And so that all these questions that they're asking, that it affects client-attorney privilege. So hold on one second. I got sources emailing me. It's really important. Cannot miss anything. Okay. Balls deep. I gotta go. Look at this. Look at this. This is absolute craziness. That as to the August 10, 2023 deposition of Jerry Holman, substance of the conversations have been between Sheriff Liggett and Holman, while the prosecutor is in the present to discuss trial strategy, is work product and therefore is confidential. So they say that the one time. Then they go far as to say that at the May 3rd, 2024 deposition of Jerry Holman, the decision of when to hire a blood spatter expert for a trial is at the discretion of the prosecutor. And not only is Jerry Holman not in a position to answer that, but that the state's strategy as to when to hire a blood spatter expert is work product and is confidential. Oh my. That as to the March 22nd, 2024 deposition of John, whatever his last name is, conversations between Mr. G and the attorneys for the Department of Corrections are confidential and attorney-client communication. You guys, we're talking about, this is absurd. That as to the April 18th, 2024 deposition of Joshua Robinson, conversations between Mr. Robinson and his attorney are confidential. That basically all these people had conversations with attorneys, and it was based on what they were advised. So then, therefore, you are asking me to provide you with information that's confidential. It's protected, client attorney. So I do not have to tell you that. Wait, what? You consulted with a lawyer for what purpose? When? Who? Like, what? I've just never seen so much fucking bullshit. And then we're not going to put this out to the world for the world to see the bullshit by having this not be televised. I mean, shame on mainstream media for not like going at the throats of these counties in Indiana and saying, wait a second, no fucking way. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm just, wow. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Mainstream media, all the millions that you make. All of the stuff is privileged. This is just all privileged because we consult with attorneys before we do things at our job. Unbelievable. No, seriously, if all the confessions are coming in, 61 of them all from prisoners or guards, how, well, let me highlight that. There we go. How many hardcore convicted felons is the state going to bring in court? Isn't the courthouse small in Delphi? Dude, all I know is I'm just going to be trying to get as much as I can. Where is the media? Crickets. Didn't KG say that they had family working at the media? I have no idea. You guys, all I know is I'm just going to try to make sure that the truth is not lost. God, I hope Andrew Baldwin, I just get all the felons on that jury. But no. Have you ever been accused of a crime that you didn't commit? Perfect. We want you. Thank you. That as to the September 13, 2024 deposition of Stephen Mullins, Mr. Mullen answered the questions that the defense posed to the best of his abilities. Simply because he did not answer them the way the defense wanted is not a valid reason to ask for the court to intervene. You guys, I've never seen more babies in a court case than I have in this case. I got to witness firsthand, Nick, objection, Your Honor. Sustained. Objection, sustained. I mean, it was like, it was 5-1 in that courtroom when I was there in March. And nobody reported on that. I'm going to report on it. How many objections are there? Sustained. Imagine the way it is. So, yeah. And then listen to this. Because I was so excited. I want to see these damn exhibits, right? So, how this went down, a homie wrote her, Dear Judge Gall, yada, yada, yada about the exhibits, right? Mr. Siegel, the exhibits that are not confidential or subject to non-disclosure will be available after the conclusion of the jury trial, currently scheduled October 14th through November 15th. If there is a conviction, the availability would be delayed until the sentencing hearing. Okay. Well, guess what? Nah. The media did get together for this. Oh, yeah, here. I wanted to show you this because this is what they're claiming. But the media did get together for this, and they said, wait, no, because I looked all up these. We actually have a right to see them before. And we have a right to see them. The request acknowledged that some of the exhibits were submitted under seal without any required written notice, blah, 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 and clarified. The request stated that access delayed is access denied. In seeking public access, the media acts as surrogates for the public and plays a vital role in criminal matters. Explaining the press so here it is, and it says that we are seeking against the miscarriage of justice by subjecting the police, prosecutors, and judicial processes to extensive public scrutiny and criticism. Also, consistent with these principles, the General Assembly expressly recognizes Indiana's public policy that all persons are entitled to full and complete information regarding the affairs of government and the official acts of those who represent them as public officials and employees. Coming for that ass. Denying the news media's coalition and, by extension, the public, access to exhibits already entered into the public record for 3 months or longer violates the United States Constitution and common law public access rights, motherfucker! A loss of First Amendment rights for even minimal periods of time. Each passing day may constitute a separate infringement of the First Amendment. Go, idiot. The public interest in the public trial exhibits is especially acute in the high-profile criminal case that has garnered substantial public attention in the local community and beyond, and where the court, in its discretion, previously has denied requests of recordings of court proceedings and for cameras in the courtroom. Wherefore, the News Media Coalition by counsel respectfully requests that the court allow inspection of the state's and defendants' exhibits submitted into the public record during the pretrial hearings in this matter conducted on July 30th and August 1st, that the court allow inspection of the state's and defendants' exhibits submitted into the public record during the trial scheduled to begin on October 15th, and for other hearings that may occur in this matter. Because I want to see these damn exhibits. We'll see what happens with that. There's been no answer there. Does anybody know if there's an answer on that yet? What's the new filing? Did she have a heart and say, I'm gonna allow cameras in the courtroom? Look at this. This is unbelievable. Non-party Indiana Department of Corrections responds to the defendant's motion to compel deponents to answer certified questions. Mr. Allen did not serve his motion on the Department of Corrections. In paragraphs 6B, 6C, and 6D of the motion, because those questions call for information protected by an attorney-client privilege. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Look at these lying bastards. The Department of Corrections objects to the motion with respect to the certified questions directed to the Correctional Sergeant Robinson contained in paragraph 7A, 7B, 7C. Again, because those all call for information protected by attorney-client privilege. How can COs... So let me get this straight. While you were working, you decided to call your attorney and ask your attorney something And that's so based on that advice. Like I'm struggling to understand this. I mean, Department of Correctional Personnel. John is the former warden of Westerville Correctional Facility. He signed an affidavit in his then capacity as acting warden. That affidavit appears in the court record on October 10th, 2023 as an exhibit to the state's response to defendant's verified motion for immediate transfer of custody. Oh my God. Mr. G was deposed by defense on March 22nd, 2024, and questioned about his affidavit. The Department of Correction was present by counsel at the deposition. Okay. Josh Robinson is a correctional surgeon at Westerville Correctional Facility. An affidavit is. He was deposed 18th of 2024. Okay. In general, communications between an attorney and a client on legal matter within the scope of the. What are these questions? Attorney-client privilege applies to all communications between the client and the attorney for the purpose of obtaining professional legal advice or aid regarding the client's rights and liabilities. Awesome. So they all these people just hid behind saying that it's all, Gallagher here was consulted in her professional capacity. So the fucking doctor, they wanted all her fucking bullshit. Like, we want all your records. We want, basically, have you ever been written up? All that crap, right? And unbelievable. Where's that at? Here it is. Question. The answer to the question identified in paragraph 6B of Mr. Allen's motion is protected by client-attorney privilege. Here we go. Question. And so what were you asked to do when you got the document? Basis of privilege, I'm not answering that. Because Mr. G's testimony was that he believed the affidavit to have been prepared by the legal team at the Indiana Department of Corrections. So somebody else prepared his affidavit? Wait, excuse me? The question calls for a response of what Mr. G was instructed to do by DOC attorney at that meeting. And that's fucking protected, basically. Like, okay. Here, question. Did they give you any reason why the defense could not go see where Richard Allen was living? Like, we're asking him if his superiors said why we can't know, you guys can't go see where he's living. That would be an order. A CO is getting an order from his superior, okay? Basis of privilege. Mr. G's testimony was that the decision in question was made by the legal team at the Indiana Department of Correction. Look at how these mofos were prepped for this shit. You gotta be kidding me. Question. Did you know why they made that decision? decision for a no phone policy in Westerville Correctional Facility. Basis of privilege. Mr. G's testimony was that he believed the policy decision to have been made by the Department of Correctional Legal Team. This is fucking crazy. You guys, from now on, just invoke privilege for every question of your life. I talked to my attorney about that, and they advised me, so I can't tell you because it's client attorney privilege. This is absolutely fucking disgusting. Unbelievable. Look at this. Questions. Generally describe to me what kind of questions these were. Questions for the affidavit prepared by... I'm not asking you about what Ms. Gallagher talked to you about. I'm asking you what questions you answered. What were those questions? Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me? Unbelievable. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I'm invoking, like, we don't have to answer this because I'm invoking. Basis of privilege, Correctional Sergeant Robinson's testimony is that he spoke with Deputy General Counsel Gallagher about the affidavit. The questions directly seek communications between Deputy Counsel and Robinson for the purpose of preparing the affidavit, namely, what questions Deputy General Counsel Gallagher asked or provided to assist in preparation of the affidavit. Wow. I mean, I just can't. I can't. Well, awesome. We learn something new every day. Just invoke privilege. I'm not answering any of your questions. That it's a violation of my client attorney privilege. Like, what? You guys, this case is so messed up. This case is so messed up. Anyways, we're going to be there, though. All right? And by God, these juror packets, they're going to be filled. I want to thank you guys for being here. Join me Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I will still be covering my other cases in the evenings. And if, for God forbid, for some reason I don't get in that courtroom, then I'll be JLRing it and walking around asking random people if I can interview them. Jeez, you guys. Thank you so much. On your way out, thumbs it up. I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm just disgusted. You guys rock, though. Peace out. Thank you, moderators. Best in the biz.